You can help us to keep going by partnering with us through your contributions, and it's easy. Send us a daily, weekly, or monthly donation, whichever is most convenient to you. Cash App at $ in the ring 592, Zelle and PayPal in the ring 592 at gmail.com, or WhatsApp us on 627-6963 for how to contribute via MoneyGram and Western Union and for MMG payments. Want to keep getting the best in the ring?
Let's play!
Yes, you can help us to keep going by partnering with us through your contributions, and it's easy. Send us a daily, weekly, or monthly donation, whichever is most convenient to you. Cash App at $ in the ring 592, Zelle and PayPal in the ring 592 at gmail.com, or WhatsApp us on 627-6963 for how to contribute via MoneyGram and Western Union and for MMG payments.
Welcome to our broadcast and welcome to charity on the Essequibo coast. Folks, we're here today because there was a fire quite recently that destroyed a portion of the market. We're going to talk with some of the affected vendors and their expectations and perhaps even on some of their fears. And local government elections just concluded, folks. We're going to be talking with some of the councillors here as well on the hard road ahead in the Cinderella County. So smash that emoji button for us. Share the damn live and partner with us. We don't run till this way on water, folks.
Want to keep getting the best in the ring?
Let's play!
Yes, you can help us to keep going by partnering with us through your contributions, and it's easy. Send us a daily, weekly, or monthly donation, whichever is most convenient to you. Cash App at $ in the ring 592, Zelle and PayPal in the ring 592 at gmail.com, or WhatsApp us on 627-6963 for how to contribute via MoneyGram and Western Union and for MMG payments.
Thank you for having me here. I'm Faisal Imamuddin, a vendor that was partially damaged by the fire that occurred last Thursday, 1 week ago, 1 week and 2 days ago. From the initial stage, from what I learned, the fire had started about 7:10 the evening. I got a call about 7:20. I reached here about 7:25, and it was in a state where the fire was escalating at a rapid pace. I suppose because the building was old, and they had some things that helped the fire to go to that extent. But all in all, we want to thank the fire service for what they did in saving the entire building from going up in flames. And so half of the market was saved somewhat. But prior to that, we were able to come into the market later on um, to retrieve some of our stuff and to see what we could gather from the loss that we had carried. We're still in the process of doing that, and we are hoping that those things could work out smoothly for us and we could get back on our footing as early as possible. Uh, 1 week has only gone, and we are already feeling the squeeze of not being able to provide for our families. Our resources are drying up, and we are left here. So if we gotta go with 1 week more, I don't know how we're gonna survive. But God's mercy is good towards us, and we are thankful for all that He has been doing for us. And so I just want to shed in terms of what has taken place, and I hope that this message will go forward. Um, we've not been, we've all we've got so far is promises and nothing else. We don't know what would be the next move. We are not against development, but we also are not against dragging your feet and just having us there in a vacuum, and we don't know where we will go from there. So thank you very much for allowing me to share a little on what has transpired.
Just one question before you run off. How much do you estimate your losses at? And what have you heard thus far? You talked about promises. I know there's some contention between a mall and building back the shed. What has your losses been estimated at personally? And what is the contention there? And what are the promises that were made?
My loss goes up into the millions. The truth is, even if you put a figure, uh, I know that they will not compensate you for that amount. But I'm hoping that they said that the government is a caring one, and here is a point they could prove that to us. We've learned of other places being burned and people being fully compensated. For example, at Perico, at Monrepo, I've heard of Polari vendors and cassava ball. They have been compensated in excess of $3 million. And so we have clothing, footwear, uh, uh, cartons, and so on. And those are things that are very expensive, and those things adds up at the end of it. We so far we have not. We've all we've been doing is writing down the cost of the things that have damaged so far. We have not made a full um, give a full breakdown really as yet to the things that um, we've lost so far. So I can't give you a offhand, but I know that it has gone into millions.
And what is the promise thus far in terms of how do you guys move forward from here?
All right. From what I learned this morning, is that the vice chairperson has come and they said they're going to look in rectifying the structure that is left up and allow us to continue to vent as it is. From Tuesday, they're going to do some moving some of the debris and some of the things that uh, were damaged, the buildings that was damaged, and try to get out most of the debris from there. And so we're hoping that that will not disturb our peace. But at the same time, what we want to see happen is that um, our lives go back to normal, and some sort of compensation will be in effect, and we would able to move our life forward. Um, I'm a father of four, and um, so this is my sole dependence on what I do as a individual. We have been trading in this market for some of us, it has been close to 40 years. For me personally, in the market, I've been with my parents. So it has amount to those amount of years. And so over the years, we have accumulated a lot of things in terms of stalls and so on. And so we know that if they're going to have an effect on us, it's going to cause us, uh, we're going to end up losing big time. We're not against that either, because it's all about helping one another. It's all about seeing the need of each other and able to fulfill that. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much for spending this time with us. Thank you. Can I pass back?
Actually, I wasn't here on the Thursday. I stayed home to clean up and whatever. And then I heard that the market was on fire. And so I rushed down. When I came down, it was on a big blaze. And so the roads were packed with vehicle and people. And even the fire really could not get in. So after that, it go down a bit. The fire go right down. And so when we came the day we couldn't come in, they said we cannot. They give us 1 week after. It was today's Friday, it was Wednesday. We get to come in. What is spoiled already spoiled. We take out some things already and take them home to dry and stuff. So this is what left here now. And I don't know what next because this is all we're depending on. I have a husband who's very sick for 20 years now. He did surgery upon surgery. The last surgery he did at Woodlands there cost us some good millions.
Wow.
And like I spent everything on that, and so everything is now worn and finished here. So we're asking that I don't know if the government would compensate us or give us any help at all, but we really need.
I noticed you all had a meeting earlier on with the vice chairman of the region.
Well, she came to abuse us with her family, and that is not what we're looking for. We're looking for peace. We are a very peaceful family, and the vendors are very peaceful here. And we're looking that people should come, like how you all came here, and talk to us nice and, offer some kind of help to us.
Have you heard anything else from the authorities on the way forward after this fire?
Well, all they're saying to us that they're doing a mall here, which you heard that it's not good enough for the farm room. So we know that that can't work here because the farm room will pull that into it. And so everything else will finish then.
All right. Thank you so much for your comment, and we wish your husband the best.
Thank you. My daughter's also is born right down
Wow.
the ground. And now you're going to my son. Thank you.
How much are you estimating your losses here?
Well, it's so much that I can't give you that. If you go home by my house, the things I took home, they're all burned, but lots of them we're drying. These tables, we took them out and we're drying at home.
All right. Thanks very much.
I am here for the past September coming, be 10 years of working at the facility at the back here. And when I take over the facility, it wasn't in a proper order. And since I take it over, people congratulating me, oh, I have it, right? But when I start to work, they start to pay me nothing from 2013. Not a cent. People come and give me a $40, I'm content with it. Until 2015, I started $5,000 a month, right? And I'm still content with it. Until now, the toilet now, and when you flush over the gent side, the lady side pitching up on people bamsy, and nobody doing nothing, right? Sometimes somebody over the gent side, they flush the toilet. People know they over the lady side whenever they have to jump up with their clothes, right? When they jump up with their clothes, their whole skin messed up. I think something better could have been done with this toilet. Around the surrounding, the drain and cleaning, the great journey, sand and grass and whatever. I got to clean the drain sometimes just so the water get out. Sometimes the other man dirty in the back of the drain, what I for clean. But I still cleaning it because it's my job. Now, a lady by the name of Miss Beatrice Parks, at the get this hand break, I still working. I'm working with this left hand. A girl from town by the name of Marvel just come and sell disinfector. She said, you working with this break and let her help you. Mr. Sokla, God bless he ain't working anymore now. It cursed me about so, but excuse me, must cunt and whatever. Till an Indian man in the bus come say, Pete, this girl working with you and you're cussing like this. He said, if this girl had an inch of blood for me, I would have boxed you. I said, don't worry though. I still continue working with this arm. So happen the toilet getting more worse. The door breaking down, the back door, lady side up on one side, it one side inches. When you go in, it up on this one side like this. A lady now, you could peep through and see people pancake in the toilet. Nobody doing nothing. The, the gent side is the same thing. So I begging and I clean is my work and got no other job about this. Into my NIS I don't get. So I'm begging. If you could do something for me, I will thankful in the name of the Almighty.
How much are you paid monthly here?
35.
$35,000. And now that the market has been damaged, what would you like to see become of it?
I say they could bring it back in a situation that everybody could do something, or because I out of a job right now, right? And everybody that will get destroyed, it is not easy, right? Because I wasn't around. Look, March month I come into the gate there, I follow and it is one side, the whole market got dark. Then I go, nobody tell me nothing. I go to the hospital at Charity, then tell me what do it. I take an X-ray, nothing showing. I left, I go to Linden to see my grandchildren them. I end up at Blueberry Hospital, I get the paper them home. Last Monday gone, I've been to Linden when this fire took place, I wasn't around. I went to Mackenzie Hospital. Look, I get the paper for come back here and take a therapy, right? So, but I still ain't giving up. I still working because look right now, you can't nobody and I still cleaning the toilet. I think I'm going at the NDC.
What is your name again?
Ingrid Thomas.
Ingrid Thomas. We hope
Yes.
the authorities are going to look at this,
Yes.
especially with NIS, and be able to
Yes.
assist you in some way.
For the part, working, I work in Air, I work with Alfonso, I work with Tema Sanka, I work with RT Security, and still 20 years service, I still cannot get a NIS.
All right, ma'am. Thank you very
Right.
much for your comment.
Anyway, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Almighty.
MP Holder, the market here, the charity, was damaged in a portion over a week ago. What has been the progress since? What are the vendors saying? And what are the authorities saying at this end?
Sure, thank you for having me. Thank you for this interview. The market was burnt about a week ago. So far, I've been getting a number of complaints from vendors. That is why I'm here today. I was in Georgetown attending to parliamentary committee and other political issues, and I received a number of calls, numerous calls from vendors. The claims basically were that nobody is paying attention to them. Their livelihoods are at stake. Some of them are single parents, single mothers. They've expressed to me that they would have been at this market vending here for the past 20, 30, some even 40 years. And so this issue here is of significant importance. It has hampered their livelihoods in a significant way. And the main concern is that nobody's paying attention to them. While you had the Minister Rupson Ben, the Minister of Home Affairs, coming here and making very little pronouncement. I think he said, well, they need a new market, and basically that was it. You had also Indar, I believe. I heard that Minister Indar was here, and the claim is that he said to the vendors, this is the claim, that they they didn't start a fire, and so basically in terms of compensation, they wouldn't be given any compensation. At least that is what I would have learned from several of the vendors. So today I came here on an invite from the vendors, but as we came in here, myself and some other councillors from the RDC and NDC, APNO councillors, we would have learned that the vice chairman and a local team from the RDC was here. I think that they knew we were coming, and because of their inaction over the past week and the pressure that they know that we can put on them, they decided to finally come forward and to try to, quell the storm here, so to speak. And so we met with them. We actually came up while they were speaking with the vendors. There were a number of things raised, a number of issues raised. The one vendor raised that she has no problem, or they have no problem with them building a mall here because there is talks about a mall, but they have several concerns. What would be the cost, for example, for them to hold a store? What would be the rental costs? Obviously, if you have a new facility, the charges might or might not remain the same. There issue there are issues with other persons coming in. They're saying that the market is already cramped. Two scenarios, two examples rather. You had the example of the Perica market fire, where, at least according to the news, persons were compensated. Albeit you had some that complained to me that they were discriminated against. They would have been vending there for a long time and they received nothing. But largely, some persons at least were compensated there. I also raised the issue of the Monrepo market when you had that protest about a year ago, where protesters allegedly damaged some of the items that the vendors had, and I brought it to the vice chairman's attention and his team that within a matter of hours on a Sunday, persons received hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now that we're an oil-rich nation, I see today the World Bank has raised our status to a high-income country, and also the fact that when you look at the last local government elections, there were a lot of money to go around, a lot of grants sharing. There are reports of persons being offered randomly on the road cash. And so it is absurd that this administration now is taking a position that they cannot, or they're not sure if, in the words of the vice chairman, if there will be compensation. In fact, what he said that they will assist. I don't know what form or fashion, what shape or fashion that will take. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what he's talking about, but the issue directly to speak to compensation, he has stepped back on that. I asked him to give us a time frame for this assistance. He also declined to give an answer on that. So the vendors are, while I understand today they try to calm them down, they knew that myself and other MPs and councillors would have been here, make a representation for them. The vendors, they ran in and tried to calm these vendors down and made a few promises to them. But we'll have to look and see in the coming days and weeks if anything materialize. I would have been, in my discussion with vendors, I would have expressed to them the APNU AFC's plan. while we were in government, before we left government, we were in the design phase. It is public knowledge that we had a waterfront project on stream in the pipeline coming. We were at the design phase of that, and we had made a commitment by 2021 we were going to deal with charity, deal with the waterfront, and have a modern market here, and so that everybody can be comfortable. One Ejil was here in 2021, as I can recall, and he made pronouncements in similar fashion, sort of tried to own the projects. He did not say, well, these were projects, good projects that the PPP administration wants to continue or will be continuing. But he put it in a way that these were new projects. And so same way we would welcome them. Same way I think the vendors would welcome that project. But up to now, we're in 2023 and nothing has materialized. Persons are very suspicious. They are very suspicious over the fire, over what would have occurred. You're hearing all sorts of stories, stories of persons maliciously setting the place ablaze, but we cannot conform. We cannot conform. We are not hearing anything thus far from the fire service as to what exactly are their conclusions in terms of how the fire would have started. There are other issues that would have been raised in terms of vending here. One proposal was that persons go to the back area, and then because there's a tarmac beyond what you're seeing here, there's a tarmac at the back. But one of the major concerns there is security. They have a lot of reports of a lot of criminal activities in that area, theft and person stalls being broken into. So there is a clear case of lack of security at the market as well. Sharon, there are a number of issues here, multiple issues, countless issues that the administration has not been addressing. And I think that we just had local government election, and this gives the new administration fully controlled by the People's Progressive Party. This new council, they have a golden opportunity here to show what they can do for the the vendors of this market, and on a wider scale, the people of charity. I want to touch on the fire itself. During the course of the fire and the firefighting, you would know that several firefighters were injured. I've made contact with the authorities there at the fire service. I understand that they're all in good health. We say thanks to God for that. But I would have learned that some sort of miscommunication or some sort of issue would have led to that. Because GPL, on one hand, I would not have gotten the opportunity to speak with the folks at GPL, but the report is that GPL is claiming that they would have cut off the power. So there's a question now as to where this power came from that caused the fireman to be injured, to be electrocuted. And so those are questions that we will have to seek answers at various levels for. But at the moment, the place is flat. Nothing. There's been little or no progress here. There should have already been a structural assessment of the area to see if the structure is safe, if people can return, etc. There should be an assessment of the damage to see, to pinpoint who are the people that legitimately share losses. There should be some kind of economic impact assessment. I've heard stories of vendors here having 6 kids, single mother having 6 kids and losing everything in this fire. So I go back to the point, it's very absurd that the administration would have failed to offer any level of compensation to these vendors. What they did today was to offer some promises, but even in terms of compensation, they fell short.
Thank you very much.
This is an issue that we will pursue to ensure that the people can return to their livelihoods can return to some level of normalcy here, even as we push for development, even as we push for this charity market to be developed in a way that will be beneficial to the vendors and to the community.
Thank you very much, MP Holder. Thank you so much. And you have been listening there to some of the vendors here at the charity market here in Essequibo, a market that was recently destroyed in portion by fire. Let's turn our attention now to some of the councillors who were recently elected at the local government elections. Their hopes are high as their expectations. Here's what some of them had to say to us. Take a listen.
My name is Audrey Garway, and I'm a councillor for Evergreen Paradise, NDC, and my constituency is constituency number 5. Now, Sherwood, our NDC has got a lot of challenges. The fact remains that APNU had 7 seats last council, and then because of the merging of constituencies, we end up with 5 seats this time around. What we find previously was that when our councillors, as the APNU councillors, put forward ideas and programs, they're never being carried out. Take, for instance, this is Westbury. Constituency 5 is called Westbury in the Evergreen Paradise NDC, and we have a play field. This play field service Dartmouth, Westbury, Bounty Hall, Perth, and further off. Because within this jurisdiction, there is just one other play field, and that is in Better Hope. But what we found that even though we were banging constantly to have it fixed, to date, since APNU left, came out of power, or was shoved out of power, nothing has been done. What they did was to lock the gates, put a padlock on the gate and leave it like that. And we've been asking, pleading, begging even, and nothing was done. We have a play park right outside the road from where I'm living. And the pavilion was taken down, the fence is left to deteriorate, no weeding, no filling, nothing was done to it since. It's just there, like I would say a pasture now, right? We have a road where in Westbury there is one side they have the old road, and in the scheme there is one entry and the same you use as exit, right? We've asked because of the narrowness of the streets to just facilitate, because there is a wide dam at the back, to fix that dam so that, you know, people can get to fill their lands, occupy their properties and whatever. And I was told by the NEC chairman, Mr. Lionel Boudram, that this dam belongs to DNI. But lo and behold, places like Better Success, Perseverance, right? Even right at Bounty Hall, the same very dam has been fixed and converted into street, right? And throughout the coast, you would find that. But I don't know what is the reason why they don't want to do it. I may know, but I don't want to say, because, you know, these people are so atrocious. But what we would like to have happen this time around is to get those things fixed. We would like to have an even feed. If you're going to do X in Perth, then we would like to have, as long as there is need for that same thing or something similar to happen in our community. Just don't fix the PDP supporting areas and leave our areas alone, right? Because that is what we found they're doing, right? So the councillors and I, we are planning to push forward so that they fix our ball field, they fix the playground. Right now, Sherwood, we were having a serious problem, and I would like you to pass and just take a video of it. The burial ground that is at Eliza, Exmouth, I understand that a contractor is stockpiling. I see this sand. I asked. I was told some contractor is stockpiling there. But what they're doing is damaging the access to the burial ground. Now that burial ground services Westbury and Dartmouth, right? Predominantly, nobody else would go there to bury. People who belong there, whether they're coming from Georgetown or wherever, that's it. So we have one dead buried yesterday and one to bury today. And it's hell for those people to get there. You understand me? Because the trucks, the big trucks, they just mash up the entire. I have some videos of last month. I was at a funeral and I took some videos of the condition of the place. But yesterday when I passed there, it was worse. You know, and I contacted the overseer and I told her that I expect them to do something about it immediately because this is not fair to us. I know if that was the people of Perth or Jib or anywhere else the burial ground was servicing, I don't think they would have done that. And I'm calling it bullying because nobody know who gave authorization. Nobody don't know who is the contractor and all of that. But they just come throwing sand and all of that. But this NDC has a lot of things to be fixed. And I'm hoping that no partisan will be played, you know, in the fixing of things. Because when there is stuff and we know that, like, let's say Bounty Hall has to get a bridge, and we know that the people would benefit. We don't block them. We don't challenge it. We ask that it go forward. But when it comes to our area, everybody is dumb. Everybody is dumb, and we just there talking about it, and nothing is being done. So you see, those are things we want to get over with. We have a community center. At the community center that is in Dartmouth, the chairman says that the community center belongs to the NDC. Rightfully, we know that our people, Dartmouth people, volunteer their services. They donated the land and all of that to build the community center. That's when it was under village council. Now, because we are holding out to say that this center belongs to the people of Dartmouth and should remain that way, nothing is being done there. Nothing whatsoever. Right now, if you go there, you would see a lot of bushes and so on. So we are trying to, you know, work with our people as well to do some self-help to get that clean up, because we don't see where this is leading, but we also want to hold on to what belongs to us. We want to ensure that what is ours is ours. We are people like everybody else, and we need to be treated equally like everybody else.
My name is Prince Holder, and I am the newly elected councillor representing a partnership for national unity at the municipality that's in Anna Regina, constituency 6. So far, the councillors were sworn in, but there is a problem with the mayor and the deputy mayor. You know, we are awaiting the president, we were told, has to do that swearing for those two, for the mayor and deputy mayor. So as it relates to that, we are still waiting on such to happen. And then I believe we can move forward. It slipped me to say that I'm an RDC councillor as well. And so far, I must say, there's a lot to be done in this region. You know, Sharad, what is happening in this region I want to call a spade a spade. You know, in the APNU AFC stronghold, there is absolutely no work whatsoever has been done, or I should say very little. If you should walk this region, you will find that there are streets in the PPP stronghold where they are only having 2 persons living on that street. And you would find that that street was well done, well done. And if we go around the APNU AFC stronghold, you will find that we still have not only potholes, but I must say ponds and so on, you know.
That doesn't sound like one Guyana to me.
Exactly. You know, we are an oil-rich nation. And we could understand in the past, you know, if the country didn't have money and so forth. But we are an oil-rich nation. Guyana, we are a rich country, you know. And to see at this stage what is happening in APNU AFC stronghold is definitely a shame. I would say we are far away from a one Guyana. Now, if I should say, I believe this installed government is very barefaced. In my constituency, you find that they're also doing walkways and dam, making that to roads, and nobody or people is hardly using those walkways and dams, right? Where the dam has been located, there's a big trench. There's a big trench, and every single person that living across that dam, they have their bridge to the main road. And what I want to say here is that the main roads has not been done, only or simply because it's APNU AFC stronghold, and that is some of the problems we are facing in this region. You know, Sharad, as a councillor, I would have visited the persons that live in, or I must say, might have the cause to use that dam that they make to a road. And they are all upset. They disagree with the government because they're saying, look, our major roads where vehicle traverse the entire day, nothing has been done. Nothing has been done. Look, I would have raised this concern also at the RDC level. And all that you're hearing that it will fix by 2025. So that tells me maybe when the elections are called, they're going to try and do something to see how good or how best they can buy some votes in our stronghold. You know, so that is how the PPP operates in this region. Not forgetting that I must say they are about 90% of the population belongs to the PPP in this region. So it's a very difficult region for us to work in here. But yet still you're hearing, when you go to these meetings, they're talking about one Guyana. But in reality, there is no such thing as one Guyana. And so the struggles continue in Region 2. So, Sharad, those are some of the main things that happening in this region. So I do hope when the mayor and deputy mayor sworn in, we would be able to do some work because they would have made promises as well. They asked the councillors that we should work as one. And I would have joined them in a sense to say, once we're working under a one Guyana, meaning that we're treating everybody equally, yes, I would work. I would definitely do my part to make sure this region becomes better. So I believe that is it so far that I can say.
You're ready to work?
Yes, exactly.
Excellent. Thanks for sharing your thoughts with us.
Want to keep getting the best in the ring?
That's right.
Yes, you can help us to keep going by partnering with us through your contributions. And it's easy. Send us a daily, weekly, or monthly donation, whichever is most convenient to you. Cash App at $in-the-ring592, Zelle and PayPal in-the-ring592 at gmail.com, or WhatsApp us on 627-6963 for how to contribute via MoneyGram and Western Union and for MMG payments.
Thanks for joining our broadcast here at Charity on the Essequibo Coast, Region 2. We've spoken to some vendors at the charity market, recently partially destroyed by fires. Their fears are real. Their expectations are high from the current administration. We have also spoken to some councillors here in Region 2, recently elected at the just concluded local government elections 2023, about the hard work ahead of them in the Cinderella County. Thanks for joining us. Share the live, smash that emoji button, and of course, partner with us as well. Stay safe, folks. That's our time, and that's our program.
Want to keep getting the best in the ring?
That's right.
Yes, you can help us to keep going by partnering with us through your contributions. And it's easy. Send us a daily, weekly, or monthly donation, whichever is most convenient to you. Cash App at $in-the-ring592, Zelle and PayPal in-the-ring592 at gmail.com, or WhatsApp us on 627-6963 for how to contribute via MoneyGram and Western Union and for MMG payments.